It'll be weird for a second, but they'll live. Okay, can I do this? Yes, you're gonna be up at 2 a.m. for the letterboard. Me too, my dear. Me too. I don't know about pre-orders for the letterboard. Whoop, whoop. And so that is very exciting. I think it's awesome. And the warmer, of course, is just awesome. Let's be real. I wish I had something to set this up on. I'm a hot mess right now because I couldn't get my computer to work. So, like, I'm trying to figure out something that I can prop my phone up with. Like, that's heavy enough to hold my phone.
Your keyboard.
Hi, YouTube. As I'm live on YouTube, they're like, oh, goodness. Hot Mess Express. Hello, YouTube. All right, here we are. All right, so we have a lot happening today. So we have end of the month, obviously, end of the month. We have the letterboard warmer. Hey, John. We have the letterboard warmer that officially comes out at 2 a.m., right? 2 a.m. Pacific time. So I think for me, that's going to be 2 a.m. I don't know. I got to look. Anyway, I'm going to have to Google that. Make sure to get on there. Hey, Joshua. How we doing? Are you ready for this warmer? This warmer is going to be fantastic. If y'all didn't get it, if you did not get it in the warmer of the month kit, then let me say this now as a disclaimer that you are going to have to be 2 a.m. Central. No, I know it's 2 a.m. Pacific. I want to say it's like, are we 2 hours before them? So it might be midnight for Central. I gotta Google. I'm horrible at this. It'll be 4 a.m. Thank you, Joshua. It'll be 4 a.m. Thank you. Because obviously my brain is going all over the place. But this letterboard, okay? This letterboard is going to be insanely popular. For one, if y'all haven't seen it on Facebook or Pinterest or Instagram or Twitter or wherever you're watching, you're gonna be at work. Yes. So you're gonna be ready to go. You are gonna be ready to go. And I mean, it's just going to be insane. Oh yeah, the workstation will come out too. So 4 a.m. Yeah, we should be good there. Hello, Cassandra. So we are going to really have a lot to deal with here. So like I said, I actually have some pre-orders set up. So I would suggest if y'all, I mean, let's just say that right now, if you don't have it already, you need to get it. First of all, it's cute. Second of all, this is going to sell like crazy. Like honestly, it's going to sell. And that's why, yeah, I'm going to be up at really early. And I'm going to be putting in those pre-orders because I want to make sure that my customers who want this warmer are going to get this warmer. So I'm making sure that that's going to happen. Because not only is it on trend, is it on point, but it's just so stinking fun and it's so cute. I love the fact that it's an element warmer. I'm not going to lie. I'm not mad about it. Usually element warmers, I don't get that as excited because I love the beauty of our warmers, like all of our warmers. And I love, some of them are just absolutely, when you hit that switch and you turn it on, it's just like, oh my God. Like if you've watched any of my unboxings, you've probably seen that reaction when I do it because it's just like, oh my gosh, now I love it so much more. So with an element warmer, you don't necessarily get that surprise factor, right? But this one has the amazing letterboard factor, which everybody's loving. And I think it's super fun. I think as consultants, I think it'll be really fun for us to use this in marketing and things like that, especially on social media. I think this is going to be hugely popular with the Pinterest people, okay? So this is just what I'm going to suggest. If you aren't on Pinterest, I would suggest that you get on Pinterest. And what I would also suggest is trying to, Hero Mama's doing a video right now, okay? I'll throw the ball one time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go get it. Okay, so, because it's going to be so popular, I also am, I've signed up to do, on Pinterest, they have like a business hub, and they do different trainings and stuff like that to kind of show you how to leverage your Pinterest as a business, right? I'm actually signed up for that webinar. I think it's on July 4th or the 3rd, one of the two. Well, thank you. And welcome to Scentsy. So exciting. So this might be your first end of month. That's amazing. Get ready for the fun. Go that way. Anyway, so if you aren't yet familiar with Pinterest, I would highly suggest going on YouTube, go into Pinterest in itself, right? And you can find great resources on how to actually leverage Pinterest as a business. You can boost posts on there. You can do so many things. So, I mean, I've been a Pinterest fan for years and years and years and years. I have lots of pins saved that I think that I'm going to do that I have not yet. But I do have a bit, my Pinterest is actually a business account, so I can see analytics, I can see things like that. So that's why I'm going to take some time every single month. I try and take time, or I don't try, I do make time to actually do personal development. And one of the things that I'm going to do for personal development this month is Pinterest. Yeah, Pinterest, you can. It definitely is something that I'm like, oh, one more scroll. You can get lost in, but the same way that I kind of do it when I'm scrolling Facebook. Like, I literally will set a timer on my phone and let it go off in like whatever. If I've only got 15 minutes where I gotta cook dinner, but I'm like, oh, let me look here for a minute, right? Like, I honestly set a timer because it is a time suck. It is very easy to get sucked in and just get so involved with it. But this month I'm really gonna focus on Pinterest. So that's just where my personal development is going to be focusing on, along with all the normal stuff, right? Sponsoring, sales, and training. So this month though, or today, we're gonna be talking about end of month, what you need to know and what you need to prepare yourself for, okay? So first of all, it's end of month, which means this is the very last day of the month to get in any sales that will determine what your paycheck is going to be for this month, for June, right? So everything that we're doing in June, we get paid on July 10th. And we know Scentsy, right? Usually they pay us like a day early. It's also because, you know, we're global people. And Australia and New Zealand are actually a day ahead. So that's normally why Scentsy pays us in the US and Canada, like on the 9th for us, because they have to pay everybody at the same time, basically, is what that boils down to. So I think maybe every so often it's actually the 10th here in the US that we get paid, but who's gonna complain? That's like our payday, right? Like if you were at your job and your payday is every other Friday, you wouldn't be sitting there on a Wednesday or a Thursday going, why haven't they paid me yet? Because your payday is not here, right? So we just get lucky in that respect, and Scentsy likes to take care of us that way. So everything that we're doing, everything that we're finalizing today, and I just went through with the team here on my support page, and we did some shout outs, and we've got a lot of people getting paid a title, and end of the month is a really good way to see how you have grown in the month, okay? I want you to, there's a lot of what we call end of month magic, right? So get excited about the end of month because you're gonna see a lot happening. You yourself, you may be needing to close up a party. You may be waiting to finalize any last minute orders. You may be having somebody join, whatever it is that might be happening. I want you to really stretch and push yourself to get to whatever it is that you've set up for this end of month goal. And as I was telling the team, is if you were a lead consultant or above, that focus needs to be on getting paid a title. Just does. because that is how you're going to make the most money with your business every single month. Just is. You get paid at title. That's where you're going to make your money. And also, if you are selling 2,000 or more in a month, you're going to get an extra 5% commission, right? It's like we talked about Lisa, Tiffany, totally killing it, right? Both getting paid at title, both at over 2,000 PRV. What does that mean? That means they have completely taken the compensation plan. They've completely taken this plan and said, I'm going to make the most money I can this month. Boom. That's how it's done, people. Like a boss. So I'm super, super proud and excited for you guys. I'm so excited. Hey, I'm so excited. So that needs to be your focus. So if you're doing a push to maybe get that promotion, to hit that PRV, you need to be doing your push. And that doesn't mean I'm going to make a generic post on Facebook and say, oh, look, I tried. No. What you are going to do is you're going to reach out individually. Yeah. Because success and good paychecks don't come just from making a post generically on Facebook. Okay, keep it real with you, right? It doesn't come if you do that. Success and that big paycheck comes when you are pushing yourself. Because I can sit here and say all day long, right? You can do this, you can do this, you've got this, you can do this, right? And that's what I'm doing. But if you aren't personally trying to push yourself, I can't push you, right? Like, I can't get you there. Okay. I don't know what Hero's doing out there in the kitchen. So it comes down to you. And this is another thing that I'll be talking about later this week, because I'm going to be doing an extra training this week. Stuck under the kitchen chair. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to be doing an extra training this week about setting those goals for the new month. And so this is really what you want to focus on. So the day in and of itself has the end of the month is a time for you to sit back if you have pushed everything, right? If you've pushed for those sales, you've tried to hit that goal, you are personally reaching out, again, personally reaching out, whether that's a text, whether that's a PM on Facebook, a DM on Instagram, going and using Amy, if you use Amy as your follow-up system or whatever follow-up system you use, and going back and seeing those. Yay, new consultant. Welcome to the Scentsy family, Kimberly. It's an amazing time here. We are killing it. Plain and simple. We are killing it. This is the place to be. Scentsy is the place to be. But it's a great time to make sure that you're reaching out individually. Again, whatever your follow-up method is, you need to be sticking with that. You need to be focused on that, right? So those are the people you need to be talking to. Again, we also have Bring Back My Bar. Now, they have extended it into July, but only while supplies last. Only while supplies last. So you really also need to be talking to your customers today, sending them a reminder. Maybe it's an email, maybe it's a text, maybe it's a whatever, right? Whatever that is, to remind them, hey, you can add Bring Back My Bar to your Scentsy Club. How can we not talk about Scentsy Club at a time like this? Scentsy Club has the Always Get My Bar feature, and that is where we want to be pushing our focus. So for the month of July, these are the challenges and the goals that I'm setting up for my team and myself. Is we are going to focus on building those Scentsy Club subscriptions, and we are going to focus on whatever that personal development piece is. Like I said, for me, I'm going to be working on Pinterest and trying to dig a little bit deeper. How can I get better and leverage my business using Pinterest? How can I do that? I'm going to focus on that, especially because I'm using this warmer as a great driving force, because hello, it's just killing it. So I'm going to use that as that driving factor to get me going. I'm also going to be really pushing and really talking about, you can't get anybody to join Scentsy Club. Okay, so That's okay. That's okay that everybody has said no so far. You still continue to ask. You ask, you ask, you ask. And the biggest thing I have to say is really helping people understand Scentsy Club. Every time I say Scentsy Club, it reminds me of Fight Club, the movie, right? First rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club, right? Well, hello. The first rule of Scentsy Club is we talk about Scentsy Club. I did a whole presentation on Scentsy Club at the last World Tour. Or no, not the last one, the one before. I think it was the one before I presented on that topic. And I can only say that it's grown exponentially from that, but hello, we've got huge changes. Hey, we've got huge changes coming for Scentsy Club. Right now, here's how you really need to be talking about Scentsy Club. What you really need to be focused on is the always get my bar feature. Because, and they have given us the stats to say that the majority of people who are subscribed to Scentsy Club are using the always get my bar feature, and they are also using it to purchase the whiff box. Okay, those are the two main things, the two highest things that Scentsy sees is being used in Scentsy Club. So what do we focus on? We're going to focus on always get my bar, and we're going to focus on that whiff box. Obviously, we've got some changes happening to Scentsy Club. One of those is that we will not be able to do the combine and saves in the Scentsy Club anymore. And for some of you, you may be freaking out going, oh my gosh, what the heck? Good reasoning, though, behind it is this, because I can personally contest to this because I have multiple Scentsy Clubs. And you can. You or your customers can have as many as you want, right? Coming out at different times. That's the whole point of Scentsy Club, right? You can get fragrance or your whatever you're getting, maybe it's laundry care, whatever, every single month without even thinking about it, without even having to worry about it. The reason they are going away with the bundle and saves is simply because the sales that they are seeing, the data that they are seeing for the reasons why people are in Scentsy Club, or those who are subscribed to Scentsy Club are subscribing and using that always get my bar feature. And with the always get my bar feature, what happens is if you go in and maybe you've got a 3-pack of bars in there and it's in the bundle and save, and you're like, oh gosh, I want to change that bundle around, right? Like, I don't want this. Now I want to add Beach from Bring Back My Bar instead of The Force Awakens. I don't want that one anymore. I want to change it out for Beach, right? Whatever it is. And then you go in there and you maybe, because again, we've got licensed products, right? The licensed bars can't go into a combine and save regular. It has to go into a licensed combine and save. So if you're in that dilemma, what happens? You end up moving things around. And if you accidentally move too many things around, you lose the bar. And once it's removed from your subscription, you can't get it back. Okay? That honestly happened to me twice because I went in to try and move my club order around. I'm sorry it's confusing. I'm probably not explaining it well. The whole thing is that I went in to move my bars around and change some different scents that I was getting. And what did I do? I accidentally got rid of bars that I'd had saved in my club that I really loved. One of them was Thunderstorm and one of them was Beach, which thankfully they came back in this Bring Back My Bar, but I had no idea they would. And I lost those for like the last 6 months. I've been out because I accidentally messed up. And so Scentsy Club is saying, let's get rid of that confusing factor of having to worry about, oh my gosh, did I change it? Did I lose it? What happened? I don't remember, blah, 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 blah. Let's just make it nice and easy. And let's go ahead and make it a little bit easier. And let's kind of tie it into how we do our host rewards. So here's the deal. Scentsy Club, instead of doing the combine and saves, okay, we can say goodbye to those. But when you get $30, you save 10%. When you get to $60 in your Scentsy Club subscription, you actually get a half price item, just like our host rewards. So This is why it's lining up with how we do a party, right? So technically this can put, if you're like me, like I'm my own best customer, right? I like to think that. I really do have some really great VIPs. But yes, focus on those Scentsy Club orders. Totally using the discontinued list. Kimberly is absolutely right. The whole point is this, is that you can talk to those people who love their bars, right? Anybody else here have some favorite scents they gotta have? I do, quite a lot of them. So in order for me to really focus on that though, and make sure that I get that, well, I try and work smarter, not harder, right? So I throw it into a Scentsy Club, boom. And normally what I do is I also, I have a Scentsy Club that comes every month. And in that Scentsy Club that comes every month, I also get the whiff box, because that is now the only way that you can purchase the Scentsy whiff box. Here's the dealio, guys. This is what's really cool. And this is where people like us who love our Scentsy are really going to save the most money, because not only can we save 10% if we have $30 or more in our Scentsy Club subscription, but if we hit $60 or more in our Scentsy Club subscription, whether or not that's once a month, every other month, or every third month, right? 3 options there. What happens is you get that half price item, and that half price item can be used on the whiff box. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the Scentsy whiff box, every single month I get it, right? I've got boxes down here from it, right? Boxes over there. I save on boxes because I reuse them. And I use them for storage for my bars and things like that. But to get the whiff box every single month, it's usually about $37 in retail when it comes down to pricing everything out, right? Kimberly's on it, because what happens is, like, that's the whole thing with whiff box, right? For $30, you're getting like almost $10 more in product, right? That's the goal, and you get fun things, right? And it's a really cool thing, and it's great to give as gifts. I can go on about that. But go into your Scentsy Club. Even if you just need to do 2, even if you go in and get, like, I don't know, maybe a laundry love bundle, whatever. Get yourself up to 60, get that half price off item every single time, and you're going to be able to get that whiff box for $15. For $15, when it's actually like approximately $37 in retail pricing, how great of a savings is that? And if you're anything like me, if you utilize the things out of that whiff box and you create your bags, you have them for host rewards or gifts for your host, whatever, right? For your own personal use, whatever it is, that is a huge savings. So I can tell you right now that that is how I am setting up my personal Scentsy Club, the one that I get every month. So that way, not only do I make sure that I get the whiff box, but I'm going to make sure that I get the whiff box for only $15. I am never going to spend $30 on a whiff box again. Never. Never, never, never. But I'm still going to get at least almost $40 in product out of it. Hello. Amazing things happening. So being able to look at the end of the month, focus on what your goals are going to be going forward. You need to look back. Hey, Miss Vicky. Hello, my director friend. You can look back to see, and even if it's making yourself a checklist, right? What went well this month? What went well? Oh, the marketing on the letterboard warmer. My marketing group. Oh, I'm not doing a group, but marketing this letterboard. What I'm going to do, because I think it's a great reason to do it, is I'm really going to focus this month on Pinterest. Letterboards are very popular in and of themselves. I've had mine for a long time. And I love using it in like my marketing every so often, making cute sayings, setting it up, you know, talking about the scent of the month, whatever it is, right? Hello. This is like instant marketing right here. Yes. You're looking at investing in or looking at the whiff box. Yes, it's a great option because it gives you different products every single month. And sometimes there are even products that we may not currently have, but they're actually in the whiff box. Like you get those cool things in there, which is really awesome. In fact, we got last month, we had the fragrance flower in hibiscus water. No, did that come in the whiff box? No, it was the Fiesta Lime Counter Clean, right? I don't even remember. I'll have to go back and watch my own video. I got the Fiesta Lime Counter Clean right there. One of those, I think, came in there. But fun stuff. So using the letterboard to market is going to be great for July because, again, you're going to be using a Scentsy product to market with. It's huge. And honestly, when it comes down to marketing, authentic marketing is the way to go because authentic marketing in a nutshell is truly you do get PRV for Scentsy Club and the whiff box. Yes, you do. You get PRV for those. You do not get PRV on the half price item though, just FYI. So if you or your customers are getting $60 or more in their Scentsy Club subscription, whatever that half price item off is, you don't get PRV for that half price item, which is the same way that it works with our host rewards, right? So when you're closing out a party and you're using those host rewards, you may or may not have even noticed that you're not actually earning PRV. Like if they get a $30 warmer and they've used a half price off, so it's only $15, you aren't making an extra $15 PRV on that. You don't earn PRV on a reward, on a host reward, right? Same thing with the Scentsy Club. So you do get PRV on everything else, just not the half price item, whatever it is they choose as their half price item if they get to that $60 mark. So good question, great question. So we can look at, write yourself down. Again, what went well? Did my sales go well? Did I sponsor, have a lot of sponsoring conversations, or did I sponsor like 2 or 3 more people? Did my team perform well? How can I help them? How can I be a better leader? What went well? It's that great time to kind of just go through and see, okay, this worked. I had great success when I did that Facebook party or that text party. That went really well. I saw that Brianna, actually in my group here, Brianna Davis, she did a messenger party and she had great success with that. How exciting, right? So what can she do with that information? Now she can say, hey, I did really well with this. So next month, I'm going to try it again, and now I know how to do it a little bit better. Or I can do this, this, and this, and tweak it a little, and boom, have an even better party than I had this month, right? So we can look at those things. If you are also making your list and looking at things like, oh, it didn't go so well. Oh, my PRV. Oh, I didn't get to active this month. Oh, man. But I got close, but I didn't get there. Okay, so now you know what you need to focus on for July. Because just like I was telling my team, I will tell you all day, your focus, if you are a lead consultant or more, you need to be focused on getting paid at title every single month. So you need to work on the things that are going to get you there. A text party or a messenger party. There are some really great videos out there on the text party. I know it's basically I haven't done one myself, and Brianna just did the messenger party. But I'm fairly certain that it's just creating, like on Facebook now, they have the rooms that you can create. So kind of doing like a 30-minute boom. So you can do the same thing if you're doing texting, right? So you can just do your invites, okay? Secure those invites on those parties. And then what you're going to do is then you're going to text out the information. People can do what? They can look in the Amanda is living the Scentsy Facebook party dream. Yes, she is. She's doing fantastic with that. But it's basically the same concept, right? And honestly, here's the deal, you guys. Don't put too much stress on yourself to recreate something exactly, okay? So really think about, how can I put my own spin on it? Maybe it's a text party. Maybe it's a Facebook party. Maybe it's the new messenger parties. Great question. I'll answer that in just a second. It doesn't have to be just like everybody else's. So look at it like you're the customer. What would you love, or what would get your attention if you were doing a Facebook party? Would it be live? Would you be more interested if that person was like, hey, look at, this is what I have, right? And this bar is amazing. Look at this warmer. How cute is this warmer, right? Like throwing it all out there, right? And then what can they do? Now we have the feature of they can view the digital catalog literally page by page and shop from our digital catalog. So in that text party, in that messenger party, in that Facebook party, all you really have to do is post that link from your website. If you go to your own website, scroll down to the bottom and it will say view our catalog, click that, and then copy that link, text it, put it on your Facebook, what have you. All they have to do is they can look at it like they're literally looking at a catalog page by page, and they get to this page, they're like, ooh, that awesome apple oil would be amazing. That sounds great. I want that. So all they do is they click on it on their phone or on their computer, click, boom, takes them straight to your website, add to cart. They can literally shop from that catalog. That is what is so cool. So use those things to your advantage. Yes. I have a lot of customers who are teachers actually, and they love having, especially the element warmers, I will say go over really well. Some of them like ones that actually light up. But hello, if you're a teacher, you need this warmer, because how cute would this be to give a little letterboard message to your students every day when they came in the classroom, right? Like super cool. Okay, I am going to answer this question real quick though, because it's a good question for us all. The question was, how can you be a good leader if you're still new yourself? I know my team knows the answer and what I'm about to say to this, because I've talked about it a lot. You do not have to be a seasoned consultant to have someone join your team. You don't. I actually think that it's almost better when you start off already sponsoring new people. I hate using the term recruiting, because to me, it's all I think about is like the military, and like I'm looking at numbers. I just need numbers. I need heads, right? I need bodies and seats kind of thing, right? Like that's what I think of when I hear the term recruiting. And that's not what Scentsy is about. It's also not how we get paid. It doesn't matter how many people you have join your team, unless they're working their business too, nobody's getting paid, right? If you're not working and they're not working, nobody's getting paid. So you don't get paid off of the people in the seats, right? You're getting paid at the people who are bossing it up. You are getting paid at the people who are actually working their business. Now, as you first join as a consultant, it may seem a little intimidating. Shake it off, because here's the deal. When you start off already sponsoring people for your team, what happens? What happens is that your excitement is super high because you've just joined this amazing thing and you're like, oh my gosh, Scentsy is killing it right now. And for a lot of people, especially with COVID going on, you know, a lot of people are going to be out of jobs again. Let's just be real. I was watching the news yesterday. So if you live in Arizona, if you live in, was it California, whoever it was, they're closing down the bars and the restaurants again. Those are a lot of people that are not going to have a job. Okay. And when we have this kind of a business where it doesn't matter if COVID is happening outside, we can still work our business, right? And we can still get our paycheck. That doesn't affect us because we can use social media to run our businesses. But when you are first starting and you're able to start sponsoring and bringing people along with you, hello, you're learning right along with them. That gives you a built-in accountability partner. Hey, let's work together. Let's do this together, right? Because if you already are not on this train of thought, then you're going to be after today. And I want you to say that everyone has a place to shine with Scentsy. If people have told you before that direct sales or whatever, or Scentsy is a pyramid scheme thing, I want you to just bless and release them out of your life. You don't need that negativity. The whole point of the matter is we are truly not a pyramid scheme because A, we don't need people in seats to get paid. Okay. That also means that it's not like, oh, only she's the one who made it, so now I can't be a director. Now I can't be a star director. Now I can't be a superstar director. No. We can all be directors and star directors and superstar directors. All of us. So when you are first joining, and maybe you have somebody who's interested in joining your team, I want you to say, oh my gosh, yes, you totally need to do this with me. Let's do this together. Let's share ideas. Let's figure this thing out, right? Like literally. And what that also does is it creates a relationship between you and your team. And over and above everything else, we are all about relationships in this business. Whether it's a relationship with your customers, whether it's a relationship with your team members, whether it's a relationship with your upline. If you have those relationships in place, then that is what is going to make your business succeed. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Congratulations, promotion to director. Yes. Way to go. That is fantastic. See, and that's another thing. Like, you don't have to, there's no timeline on this either, right? Let me tell you guys, if you don't know, I joined Scentsy in 2012. It's a hobby, just doing it whenever I wanted to, blah, blah, blah. And in 2018, I promoted to director. Now, that was 6 years. Why? Because A, I didn't have my mind in a business mindset. This was not a business for me. B, I wasn't motivated. C, I felt like I didn't have any support. And D, I had to change my mindset. Plain and simple. And I changed my mindset and I said, this is going to be a business for me and I am going to make it work and I'm going to figure out how to make it work. And I did. Because that's the thing, right? Success does not come from sitting around and maybe making a post on Facebook once a month. Vicky had a team member promote to superstar consultant in less than 3 months. Oh my gosh. And she's furloughed from her regular job, see? And Scentsy is now providing for her family. There you go, right? Like that is what warms my heart, is knowing that you don't have to have a degree. You don't have to have a marketing background. You don't have to be knowledgeable in all the things. You don't have to have been a consultant forever and know all the things, right? That's where all of our resources come in. So as long as you're plugging your team members into the resources such as the workstation, specifically that training center in the workstation, okay? Make sure they know where that is. And then also in your team, if you don't already have a team page on Facebook, I highly suggest to have one. Does not mean that everybody has to be on Facebook to be a part of your team, but I will say that it helps because it gives people a place to congregate, right? It does help. Vicky said, oh, by the way, she's in a wheelchair, no excuses. No joke. Because if your mindset change, you now have some, oh, Kimber, oh, your mindset change, right? It's truly the power of what you believe can happen and putting in the work. Because if you're not going to put in the work, then you're not going to get a whole lot of stuff done here. You might get sales, you might get a team member, but if you're not working your business like a business, if you're not getting paid a title, then it's not truly making you a business type of money or a business type of income. Because if that's what you want, you can totally have it. But you got to work for it. You got to do it. You got to put in the work. You got to show up. You have to do it, plain and simple. And you're going to have to motivate yourself, because let me just say, from somebody who sponsor told her that she sucked, you can't do this without a sponsor. So don't think, oh, my sponsor doesn't talk to me, or I don't have a sponsor, or I don't get any support from my upline. Hello? YouTube it. YouTube it, network within Scentsy, and you will find people who are going to help you, who are going to listen to you. Teresa, she says she's disabled, immune suppressed, and so COVID has set me behind. Oh, sorry, I'm losing that comment. Come back to me now. But you're loving it and working hard. That is fantastic attitude. That is fantastic. I'm so, that is the power of Scentsy, you guys. What does this business do? It changes lives. For real. I do this as my full-time job. This is my full-time income. This income pays the bills in our home along with my husband's, right? My husband works outside. So now I get to support him and letting him work any hours that he needs to work or take care of whatever he needs to take care of. And I can take care of the house. I can be the mom. I can cook the dinners. I can do the things. And I can make money on my Scentsy business because I can work it whenever I want to. And I can work it as much as I want to. And that's when we start getting into our systems. How can we do things better? How can we work smarter, not harder? How can we tweak this a little bit so it's going to make a change over here, right? You got to do those things. So, yep, don't be an excuse maker, but a problem solver. Yes, I love that. Hello, that would be a quote for the letterboard, just saying. Okay, so end of the month. This probably wasn't all about end of the month, but hopefully it has given you some insight. Focus on those goals. Look back on what you've done this month, what was good, what wasn't so good, what can you improve upon, right? And then tonight, after you're done or whenever your specific business is done, right? Like you've made all those contacts, you've reached out to those people, you've tried to get in any last minute sales, you've done the things, right? All the things, right? Sit down tonight and make a list of 3 things. I want you to make a list for July, and I want you to put down affirmations. I want you to put down, I will make blank amount of money in July. What do you want your paycheck to look like? I want you to visualize that. So what does that mean? Your sales have to be at, right? Or your team has to be at. Who needs to be, you need to be sponsoring, your team needs to be sponsoring. Those things need to happen, right? I want to improve, fill in the blank. For me, it's going to be my Pinterest. That's what I'm going to work on, is leveraging my Pinterest business, right? Or my marketing on Pinterest. I'm going to try and work on that by plugging myself into resources directly from Pinterest. So I'm going to do it. And then, of course, I'm going to share with you guys too. But, so that as well. And then, what was the last thing? Where you see yourself next month. At this time, next month. At the end of July, when you're sitting here on the last day of July, what do you want to be thinking about, or where are you in your business? Have you grown? Have you not, right? Goals are completely different than affirmations, okay? I can do a whole thing about that, but let me just say, I think that there is more power in affirmations because it all has to do with your mindset. Because if your mindset is this, then that's how your brain starts to think, right? Remember, I've said this time and time again, our brains are stupid. They believe what we tell them. If we tell ourselves, I suck at this, I will never be a director with Scentsy, I will never get to 500 in PRV, or I'll never make $2,000 in PRV in a month, then that's what your brain believes. That's what your mindset becomes. So if you change that mindset, I mean, there's lots of books and science all about it, right? But if you change that mindset, if you truly start focusing on those things, where you see yourself, how are you going to get there? You can't take an escalator. You got to take the steps, right? Step by step by step by step. And that's how you get there. So instead of setting goals, I want you to set affirmations. Put it out in the universe. Tell yourself these things every single day. Make it a wallpaper on your phone, right? So you look at it every single day. And pretty soon that's going to be your mindset. And that's just how you're going to think. That's how you're going to work. When you're sitting down to say, okay, I'm going to work my Scentsy business now, that's what is going to be in your head. And that's what we want. Okay? Goals are great. And I think goals have their place and they're very important. But at the same time, I think affirmations have more power. I think just by literally changing that mindset, we can truly do more amazing things because we believe in ourselves. And at the end of the day, again, I can believe in you. I can believe in you all I want. But if you don't believe in yourself, I can't help that. You have to do that part. So you got to meet me there, right? You got to meet me there. You have to believe that you can do it and know you can do it. And that's because you're telling your mind you can do it. All right, y'all, have a great end of the month. Obviously, my team, I will be with you later. And YouTube, be watching for more stuff because I've got more content coming out, especially with Pinterest. So there is that. Super excited. And thank you for joining me today. I'm really excited about what's about to happen with Scentsy. So let me just say that. I'm going to leave you with that July is going to be huge. And then August is going to be insane. So get ready.